If you want to get a job as a QA, QE, SDAT, SAT, it doesn't really matter. As of today, you have to know how to test AI because every single company in the world is trying to rush themselves into implementing AI at least somewhere, at least AI bot, at least AI email assistant. But the word AI brings skyrockets evaluation these days, just like it did with the crypto 10 years ago. And that's exactly why a lot of job postings, I would say probably 50, if not more, job postings in the world of QA, actually now they do require knowledge of AI, of LLMs. And a lot of people fail because they don't know what the token is.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
What's the context window? What does it consist of? What's the size of the context window? And very many basics. And that's exactly why I decided to record a video just like this one. So you would learn basics of AI testing. And we're going to start with the context window because this is pretty much a browser window that you guys all got used to in the world of AI. This is the foundation of your QA AI engineer or AI SDAT future career. And this is a part 1 of a 6-week course that I'm developing with this young gentleman right here. So you would not have to waste your time by looking for hundreds of different courses on Udemy or YouTube and still not being sure if that is enough. But if you're new here, let me tell you who am I and why should you be listening to me. My name is Sergey Kromchenko and I'm a software QA engineer, lead manager, and a senior engineering manager of SDAT in the past, but these days I'm helping people like you to become a QA AI engineer from scratch or to improve your existing skills. And I'm creating AI startup that I'm going to share details about soon. Now, let's kick it off. This is going to be a quick, no bullshit presentation so you would fully understand what does the context window do and what is it responsible for. All right, first of all, think about it as a desk, not a warehouse. It's a desk where you can put a lot of papers on, but as soon as you run out of space on a desk, you will need to put something on the top of something else. As soon as you do that, you don't know what's behind the page that you put on the top. So it has very limited amount of space or surface on the top of the desk. And that is exactly an equivalent of browser context. And what does it actually contain? Well, first of all, I want you guys to let me know in the comments below if you know what's the difference between system prompt and a user prompt. And if you don't, I'll try to quickly explain it to you and you let me know if I did a great job. User prompt, whenever you open an application, for example, you go to codemify.com and you talk to a chatbot and you ask, hey, how can I buy a QA AI test mastery course? And this is your user prompt. That's what your message says. But also, the Codemify server has system prompt, which specifies what kind of tone should be used underneath the hood, which means how will the chatbot respond to you. The user prompt contains actual temperature, which means how creative will it be on answers. The user prompt contains tone of voice, meaning how friendly it will be with you or how strict and direct, and who's actual this agent, what's the persona behind it. So that, all those settings and not only are part of the system prompt. So we have a user prompt, what you send. We have system prompt, what actually server adds before it's shipped to one of the LLMs, to Claude or Gemini or OpenAI or any other ones. Aside of this, we have your conversation so far, pretty much a short history of what you've been chatting about. Also, what takes a lot of space is uploaded and generated files. No matter what you do, you upload, you generate, you get it back, you send it, it's still taking space in the context window. Your new message, and finally, room that was saved for the answer. So all of this is a context window. And it has very limited space that you will find out about in a moment. So what is it? I think I've just explained to you what it is. So in one sentence, it's the maximum amount of text a model can consider at one time. And all of the text and images and everything else is split into tokens. It has a bunch of tokens. That's a completely separate conversation, and I want you guys to let me know in the comments below if you know what is a token in the world of AI testing. And if you don't, I'll create a separate video about it and I'll go in depth so you'd be well prepared for future upcoming AI test interviews. It's measured in tokens, those little chunks of text. The window usually, as of this year, the window has 1 million tokens. I'll talk about it in a second. Think about it as a working memory, not a long-term memory, because context window has a limit. Think about it as you have a conversation with somebody who has some, let's say, brain issue or some illness that person forgets things quickly. That's our AI. AI forgets things quickly. If you switch to a new context window, it knows nothing about you. It's like what you can hold in your head during a single conversation, not two conversations. Not everything you ever know. The model is not saving your chat. When the window scroll past something, past the limit, imagine you can use only 1 million words and then it will start forgetting things. So if your chat is long enough to pass 1 million words, boom, somehow it doesn't remember things that you said in the past. So context window, it's all about what's happening now. It has a limited size. It's gone as soon as you scroll past the limit. Actually, even before the limit. I'll talk about it in a second. The real memory is saved on purpose. A separate feature survives the session. That's the separate feature that pretty much every one of LLMs has these days. And I'm sure if you guys had a pop-up in the past where it asks you, hey, do you want to enable real memory? That meant that now it's going to grab some of the text from all the conversations you have, and it's going to try to save it. So in the future, it would know a little bit more about you. Not every single piece of the text, only some of the most important ones, such as your tastes, your what you like, what you don't like, etc. The most important information about you. It all counts towards the same limit. System prompt, as I mentioned, those are hidden instructions that set the rules for the conversation. The conversation so far, all the history, files and data, your new message, and the actual answer itself. It all adds up. If a total would top the window, you've got a problem. The problem is the rest of this desk. So how big is the desk? How big is that memory we're talking about? In the past, in 2022, when AI slowly became a thing, it could hold only up to a few pages, which totals of 8,000 tokens. In 2024, it got like 10 to 20 to even 30 times larger, and it got to a size of the several books. It could hold several books in a single session context. And as of today, it can hold actually 1 million tokens, and that number is constantly growing. It equals to a size of 4 to 5 novels, which is insane. But still, I usually run out of tokens if I actively work with Claude in a matter of a day or so. And Claude tells me, hey, Sergey, you should probably open a new window. We're at 97% full. Today's majority of the models, they hold around 1 million tokens, which equals to 750,000 words. So think about it. One token usually holds 3/4 of a word. That's why for 1 million tokens, we have 750,000 words approximately. But you cannot use the whole thing. The problem is the answer shares the same desk. The big window does not mean unlimited room. When you guys think of a 1 million, even if you fill out half of it, even if you go through 500,000 tokens or a little bit more than that, you will already start feeling a little more hallucinations and a little more bias, a little more lie, etc. And that doesn't come from any magical place. Simply, 1 million tokens is not guaranteed. 1 million tokens is the ceiling. It's the roof, that's the top. You cannot go any further than that. But in some models, you will use even 30 to 70% of tokens, and that's it. You will start feeling a lot of hallucinations and a lot of glitches. It's a natural process, I'm sorry to say that, but that's what's going to be happening no matter how big that context window is. If it is going to be 10 million, you will use 3 million and then you will start feeling weirdness. That's simply how it works. Also, It reads the edges, it skims the middle. I'll give you a task, guys. Create a huge text, drop it into AI, put something really important at the beginning and ask a question about it. Put something really important on the middle, ask a question about it. Put something really important at the end, ask a question about it. In 75% of the cases, you will find out that it's missing some of the details from the middle. That's simply how it reads the text and information. It does better job from at the start and at the end, but not at the middle. It's kind of easier to miss it. And by the way, if you want to become AI test engineer or an AI as that, I'm going to run 6 weeks course completely from scratch, and I'll walk you step by step, and we'll hold your hand, and we'll even put you in a US-based startup from the day one, so you would learn. So you would apply your knowledge in a real US-based startup that's already making money, not the classical project that you get from a lot of boot camps. And number 3, you would go through interview preparation every single week. And I still have 3 more spots available for this cohort with a discounted price. The link for it is right below this video. And if you have any questions, you can simply schedule one-on-one by following the link right below this video again. Hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and let's continue. Long sessions can drift. And by that, I mean the longer your chat runs, the more likely model will forget things, as I mentioned to you. What Claude does right now, as soon as you run out of 95% of tokens, it'll tell you, yo, Serge, can you please open a new window? I highly encourage you if you don't want me to start hallucinating or glitching. It's not exact wording, but that's pretty much what Claude told me. It will mix things up, it already said in the past. It will make more mistakes. People call it a context rot or hallucination, but simply what it does, it just runs out of space. Just like when your computer runs out of memory, it starts glitching and slowing down. Same thing. But the fix is very simple. Let me get camera a little closer. You simply have to restart your session. It's not even about AI testing, even though that's where majority of the bugs hide when you start running out of space. And I would recommend you guys to start testing when you are passing limits. But the easiest fix for it is simply to restart your window. If you're using Claude, ChatGPT, whatever, simply new thread, open new text window, whatever. If you use Claude Code, restart the session, Control-C, Control-C to kill the session and start a new one. As simple as it works. Restate what matters. If you've been working on some important reporting and you had specific structure for every single report, grab a copy of it, drop it into a new chat and say, hey, I've been working on this in a previous window, but since I'm opening a new one, here is the report. Use it as a template for all of the data I'm going to pass to you. You have to create exactly same reports with same analytics based on the new materials I'll share with you. What if you test it? The context window is actually a gold mine for all of the bugs that exist in the world of AI. I mean, for majority of them. Here's what you need to dig into. What happens when you go over the limit? Silent truncation. The app quietly drops the oldest text. Expected. No warning to user. That's the problem that Claude has already fixed. And you guys let me know if you have seen that fix already in Gemini, ChatGPT, and whatever other LLMs you use. Have you ever seen LLM tells you that, hey, you're almost out of context or out of tokens. Make sure to open a new window to keep working. Have you ever seen that? If so, leave a comment right below this video. The AI answer as it saw everything before, but it's a confident liar. That's what it is. The worst case is it misses the key part, which is usually the case. Or in option number 2, you see hard errors, which, well, you almost never see because it simply lies to you the way it always does. The request is rejected outright, often 400 style errors. Does your app handle it gracefully, or does it actually crash the screen? That's the question. Fit it more than the window on purpose and watch which one happens. Both needs a test. Needle in a haystack. As I mentioned before, try to drop a large text into your conversation and put something important at the beginning, and then afterwards move it to the middle, afterwards move it to the end. And see and ask questions, ask very detailed questions about important part, and see where will it miss. So that is where the haystack is hiding a needle. That's where the bug will most likely hide, which is the middle of that haystack. Because on the top, it's easy to find. On the bottom, if you move the haystack, you can easily find it. So At the beginning, at the end, it's cool, but on the middle, it's kind of hard to find it. Does it still obey the first instruction? That's one of the most important things. Whenever you guys test your chatbots or any other pieces of AI that use LLMs, try to give it an instruction and then work for a while and then see if it obeys your instructions. For example, ask it to reply in your native language if you speak multiple languages, and keep having conversation in English and see how many messages will it take for AI, to start replying in English until it actually starts forgetting what you asked it to do. That's where the bug is going to hide. And that's a really big one. So let's rewind real quick so you would remember what exactly you have learned. The context window is the AI desk. Everything must fit at once. If you put something on the top of it, you don't see what's behind it. It is working memory, not saved memory. You scroll off and it's gone. The advertised size, like 1 million tokens, is a ceiling. It's not a promise, which means quality will fade when you pass 30, 50, or 70%. So make sure to restart your window as often as possible. And always test the edge, overflow, needle in haystack, and long shot drift. And if you are interested to become AI test engineer in a matter of 45 days only or 6 weeks with an internship from the US-based startup from the day one, the way we always do at Codify, simply follow the link right below this video and schedule free one-on-one with me. Now get some water, get some workout, and I'll see you on the next video.